We're snowed in here in Texas, so called Jeremy up and he said, "Hey, listen to what I say."
Uh-huh.
And so we're going to be starting a new series today, not to be confused with the top 10 songs live streams we're doing on Sundays, but this is the top 10 songs of an artist reactions to where one of us brings our 10 favorite songs by an artist and we kind of go through and maybe get a good introduction to that band before we do any of their albums. So, as mentioned before, today we got the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Jeremy, do you have any introduction to the Red Hot Chili Peppers before we get into this playlist?
Um, well, I started listening to the Chili Peppers when I was about 3 years old. Um, what happened was my mother loved the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And so we would listen to the albums, especially Stadium Arcadium, all the
Mhm.
time. And also, when I was a little kid, we used to have Time Warner Cable on demand.
Uh,
And so they had a bunch of music videos there. And they had about uh four or five Red Hot Chili Peppers music videos, including Under the Bridge, Soul to Squeeze, and um, Dandy California and Californication. And those four were like integral parts of my childhood. And I've always loved the Chili Peppers. They've always been a source of comfort for me as a band. They're they can sometimes have really, really profound lyrics. Other times it's bingle bongle dingle dangle, if you know what I mean.
yes.
But they know how to have fun as well as making a point.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I've listened to a few of the Red Hot Chili Peppers albums before, and for me, I kind of like my Red Hot Chili Peppers kind of in smaller doses, more just a few of their hit singles at a time rather than the full album. But I would definitely be open to doing Stadia Arcadium in the future as long as we split it up into two
oh
videos
yeah,
because it's a 2 hour album on.
massive.
It's not. It's a quadruple LP and a two CD. So
Oh my.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I'd definitely be interested in doing that because a few of my favorite songs on this playlist came from that album.
Oh yeah.
But would you like to go ahead and introduce all of the songs we're going to be reviewing today?
Yes. In this order, we are going to be reviewing Under the Bridge, Other Side, Can't Stop, Scar Tissue, Soul to Squeeze, By the Way, Snow, Heyo, Danny California, Give It Away, and Dark Necessities.
Okay, so just some brief observations before we get into this. I liked all 10 of these songs. All of these were really good.
Awesome. Yeah. These are, I
Uh,
think, their 10 best songs. I mean, there's other ones which are great too, but they
yeah,
just didn't. If I limited myself to 10, there are a few that didn't quite make the cut.
I've
So,
been doing these top 10 live streams on Sundays, and it's very difficult to make a top 10 list.
mhm.
Because you're like, oh, but what about this song? That should be a top 10 song, but there's 10 better than that.
Yeah, this one was not too hard. I
Okay.
already had about eight of the songs in my head as to what I was going to do. And then I went back through their catalog and thought, oh, yes, this song. I remember this song.
Mm,
Remember this one. They had another song called Aeroplane, which I almost put on here, but it wasn't quite as good as the others.
yeah.
So,
All
oh,
right.
yeah.
So without further ado, we're going to get to our first track on the playlist, Under the Bridge.
Hmm. So, Under the Bridge. What are your general thoughts on this song, Garrett?
So I really like Under the Bridge. I had heard this one before. It starts out with a very mellow guitar part, alternating between the one and the major three chord, and then we get a abrupt key change, and we start getting into kind of a ballad with a little bit of a swing feel to it. Boom, 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 boom,
Yeah, oh,
boom.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
And um honestly, this song is really good and really catchy. I like the chorus, the do 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 do. And
Mhm.
then adding in those really high choir voices at the end kind of reminded me of You Can't Always Get What You Want by the Rolling Stones.
Ah, yes, it does have that general feel, doesn't it?
It
Yeah.
does.
I also really love the lyrics because the story
Mm,
that this is telling is very, very personal to Anthony, the lead singer of the band. He had a terrible addiction to heroin, but he was able to
Um,
turn his life around, and so he used his life experience for this song in order to make it powerful. Especially, I don't ever want to feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love. Take me all the way. You know, he's basically it's him working out his trauma from being a drug addict. It's it's pretty tough,
yeah.
but but yeah.
I also like the guitar solo on this one. One of the things I like about the Red Hot Chili Peppers is their guitar solos aren't super complicated, but like you remember every single note of them.
That's very true.
Other than
Yeah,
one on this list that was really a little more complicated, but we're gonna get to that one later. I think you know which one I'm talking about.
yeah, but
Uh,
yeah,
anyway,
this is
really good,
I think this is their most famous song, Under the Bridge.
probably.
Either this or Californication. It's one of those two,
Yeah, but
and for good reason.
I really liked it. Next, we're going to get to our second track here on the playlist, Other Side, from the Californication album.
hmm So this song is I remember when I was a kid, it used to be my favorite Red Hot Chili Pepper song. Um, I just really liked the vocal line and how it was determined to go down. The how long will I slide to separate my side? I don't. And then it immediately goes right back up. It's a wonderful song.
Yeah.
Um, it I'm gonna be honest. I've never been able to figure out what this one's about, but
Mm,
I really like what I just really like the song itself.
yeah. I like the sound of this song. The lyrics are very poetic. I probably need to do a deeper dive and maybe I can figure out what's going on, but I agree with you. I like the part that goes do 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 do. That one's really good. And the to the other side, it kind of gets stuck in your head.
Oh
The
yeah.
instrumentals are really good. Flea's bass line on this one is really good. Um,
Oh
it's
yeah.
another really great song.
hmm Now let's go on to the next song. Can't
Can't
Stop.
stop addicted to the shindig. Boop boop ba doop ba doop doop doop.
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
that one
Now this
definitely. This one is definitely an earworm from that opening
oh
guitar riff.
yes.
The the vocal line kind of mimicking what the guitar does at the beginning.
hmm
The kind of driving feel of the whole song. I really like this one as well.
hmm Yeah, this one I it's rare that a song's verse and chorus are both just as good as
Mm,
each other. And this is one of those rare songs where it is. But I think that the real star of this song is Flea in playing the
mm,
bass. Because the bass line in this song, in quite a few Red Hot Chili Pepper songs, it gets far more attention than bass lines usually do.
yeah.
Um, and it's really not awkward, but it's very noticeably different from most other bass lines in different songs because of the massive jumps and leaps that it makes. The bum 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 bum. It's very like um it's got this half step going up that it almost acts as sort of pedal effect.
Hmm.
It keeps going while the rest of it keeps going down. It was like da 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 da. It's the same notes up at the top, but it keeps getting lower with the rest of it. It's a really interesting feel, and it's
Mm,
also got a very catchy rhythm as well.
yeah.
Um, I love this song, but I sometimes do wonder if the ahs in the background were a little bit too much. like like I love them, but they're like ah ooh, ooh. And you're like, did you really need that?
I guess
I love
so.
it though. Yeah. So, your thoughts upon it?
Definitely good. I like how this song kind of just keeps rolling. It's got a very just continuous feel to it that it just needs to keep going. And Anthony is definitely like just spitting out lyrics on this
Yeah.
song,
And
just
you know
going with
why
it.
that is? It's because you can't stop.
Exactly. Yes, another thumbs up for this song.
Oh yeah.
Next, we are going to get to Soul to Squeeze. And my first thoughts on this song is that Flea was my favorite part of this song.
Yeah. Soul to Squeeze is a very interesting song. Um, Another part of this is music videos
Yeah.
played a big part in why I enjoy some of their songs. Their music videos are absolutely incredible. And even though I didn't listen to the music video when I did my listen through here, I could still visualize the images because it was just such a strong, striking image. It's basically they're in a carnival and and Anthony is playing a snake charmer,
Hmm.
and the snake is slowly wrapping itself around him, and soul to squeeze. What do snakes do? They squeeze.
Hmm.
It's interesting. I also think that this song kind of feels sick in a very interesting way. Like some of the instrumentation you'll hear, if you really pay attention, is reversed, and also it's got this sort of uh it might sound laid back, but if you listen to the chord structure, it's very unorthodox.
Hmm.
It's very different. But yeah, I do think that my favorite part of this song was the chorus, the where I go, I just don't know. I gotta take it slow. Because I like the rest of it, but I will admit, I think the chorus is probably what I'm waiting for the entire time while I'm listening to this song.
Yeah.
Um, because the rest of it's good, but I think perhaps the best part of the whole song is "Doodoo zingle dingle bone,
Yeah,
bakadava
that
zumba
part.
crunka gonka gong bad." It's interesting, you
Yeah,
know.
I had the lyrics pulled up and I'm like, wait a second, what? That's just nonsense.
Yeah, yeah, Garrett, if you could show them the interaction that we had when you were listening to this stuff. Yes,
Okay,
yeah,
so anyway, Jeremy said you got to pull up the lyrics when listening to the Chili Peppers. They're very poetic. So anyway, I send him a response. Jeremy, be sure to pull up the lyrics. The Chili Peppers are very poetic. The Chili Peppers, zingle bangle 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 bingle gone bad.
yeah, yeah,
Anyway,
very
that
true.
um I still like this one, but maybe not as much as some of the other ones we've had up to this point on the list.
Hmm.
All right, our next song is By the Way.
Oh,
And
Garrett, where did Scar Tissue go?
oh, that was supposed to be before Soul to Squeeze. I skipped one.
It's
Never
okay.
mind. Yeah, Scar Tissue is the next one.
Yeah, just making sure. I was like, oh, I love Scar Tissue. Don't you
No, we're
give
not
it
going to
away.
skip it. Don't give it away, give it away, give it away, give it away.
Ha 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 ha.
Anyway, this one was really good. I have listened to this album before, so I'd heard it before, but I like what's the line? It's like scar tissue that you never saw, something something, Mr. Know It All.
Yeah. Scar Tissue is a issue. Sarcasm is to know it
Yeah,
all.
that was my favorite line in this one.
Doesn't now kiss you cause with the birds I'll share. Yeah, lots of really good stuff in this one. Like this is one where I feel like the lyrics are surprisingly beautiful. Like, I don't know, like some of the stuff is a little bit, shall I say, explicit, but most of it, it doesn't matter about that because the meter and the way that it comes off, this could be a poem. Like,
Mm,
like just listen to uh just listen to the way that these words kind of
flow.
flow. Listen, blood loss in a bathroom stall, a southern girl with a scarlet drawl. I wave goodbye to Ma and Pa because I'll share the because with the birds I'll share. And also it's a very poetic line, with the birds I'll share this lonely view. It's like it's really, really cool. Um, but I think that the star of this one is the guitar solo.
Yeah,
That I love the guitar solo in this song. It's really, really good.
it is. I like this one. Another thumbs up in my book. Okay, now we are at By the Way.
Yes. By
And
the way,
I feel like this is kind of a tale of two songs. You got the singing part, and then you got the bum 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 bum, where they're just like shouting random words.
yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But one thing I will say about the more gentle part of it that I really liked was how the melody is very determined to be centered upon one note.
Mm,
The standing in line to see the show tonight, and there's a light on, heavy glow. By the way, I try to say I'll be there, waiting for Danny the girl. You know, it's like it's very, very
yeah,
focused on that one note. And I really, that's my favorite part of the song.
me too.
The incoherent words put them together. That's just a Red Hot Chili Peppers
Just a
trope.
jam kind of thing.
Yeah, it's something that almost all their songs indulge in. And so um what I really do though is when you listen to all of those crazy lyrics, you have to admit that Anthony is able to rattle off so many words so quickly, and any
Yeah,
other artist could do that with that much ease. It's fantastic to see, just to see how how talented they are, and this song does showcase that.
that and then like Flea is going ham underneath that.
Oh yeah, yeah, but Flea's always going ham.
Yeah.
Hmm. I'm
Uh,
just yeah, I'm just imagining them saying, "Flea, could you not go ham this time?" And he's like,
all right.
just yeah,
What do you mean that wasn't me going ham? Like if I was going ham, like it'd be a lot crazier than that.
yeah,
Anyway, I definitely like the more melodic part better, but the jam part with the shouting lyrics is still fun. It's like you're contrasting the beautiful singing part with the more fun up tempo nature of the we'll just call it the jam section.
yeah. So the next song we have is "Snow" or "Heyo," which is quite appropriate for us because there's snow outside.
I really like this song.
I
Um,
love this song.
my this is probably my favorite guitar riff of all of these Chili Peppers songs.
Oh, really? I was not
Um,
expecting that.
like just from the first few seconds of and then Flea's like kind of playing counterpoint to that.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's almost baroque the way that it works. It's interesting. I mean, of course, with the chord changes and things, it's not. But I mean, in the way that there are, it's polyphony. There's two separate voices which are
Um,
going there,
yeah.
and yeah, and they're both very complex. And I need to listen to that again to make sure. Just because I had a theory and I wanted to confirm it. I don't know this for sure, but I think that the bass might be an inversion of
Hmm.
what the guitar is doing. So it would
Interesting.
be an actual fugue, you know, because you know with exposition after you state both themes, then you you know you create a variation on them and have them go at the same time, and they become an intricate structure. I was
Yeah.
wondering if that's what it was. I'm not sure, but I'll look into that. But I think for me, this is one of those songs where they very clearly showed restraint in
Hmm.
the nonsense lyrics bit or just rattling off a lot of words really quickly.
And it's
And
also
they,
not about California.
yeah, and they rattled off a lot of words, but they did it a lot more gracefully this time, especially
Yeah.
with the beginning with the come to the side for the things that I tried was in my life just to get high on, you know. And also, I find that not many bands can make songs which focus around just one note in a
Mm.
lyrical line, but the Peppers seem to do it a lot.
Hmm.
And it's really, really good whenever they do it.
You can do a
Like,
lot with one note.
mhm. But I think my favorite part of this whole song has to be the more I see, the less I know, the more I'd like to let it go. Hey, yo, whoa, whoa. And then it immediately think that that's going to be the end of the bridge, but then it turns out that was just the pre-bridge, and then it goes into the deep beneath another perfect wonder there is something or other snow. You know what I mean?
Mm.
It's very, very good. Yeah, I probably could have gotten that right, but I just didn't try hard enough. But yeah,
Also, while we're talking about guitar, as a guitar player, listening to the Chili Peppers, I can definitely tell that they're playing a Fender Stratocaster on these songs,
oh yeah, oh
just
yeah.
based on the tone of the guitar.
My dad would always tell me that when I listened to them. He said, "Well, that's a Fender Stratocaster. Well, that's a Fender Stratocaster." So I never forgot it because he said that. It's like he forgot that he told me it every single time, so that he could say it again and act like he knew a lot. And he was like, "Oh, well, that's a Fender Stratocaster."
What's his
He'd be
name?
like,
John Frusciante? Is that the name of the guitar player?
yes, yes. I mean, John Frusciante left the band for quite some time. Then they got a new guitarist. However, recently the newer guitarist has died. And
Uh,
so John Frusciante has come back to the band. Um, it's very interesting what's going on there. I like the Chili Peppers' newer stuff. There's another song called Eddie, which is really, really fun, which just came out. Anyway, I'm getting distracted.
who's playing Snow is my question.
Frusciante.
Okay, so he's the one with the Fender Stratocaster. Well,
Yes.
everybody is, but on this particular song.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to get to another song from the Stadium Arcadium album, Danny California.
Okay, Garrett.
This is my favorite Chili Pepper song.
This is my favorite Chili Peppers song.
Uh,
Has
I
been ever
remember
since I've been a little kid.
I remember in college you showing me the music video for this song and just like
Yeah.
thinking, wow, this is really cool. It kind of goes through the history of rock music and has a
I
really cool song
know.
behind it.
That's the thing. The music video can sometimes inform your choices.
It can either
Like
make or ruin the song.
that's what happened with me. Was when I was a little kid, I saw the music video and it blew me away. Like this, and surprisingly, I know this is a bad one for me to have seen when I was a kid, but Rockstar by Nickelback. Those are the two music videos which I watched the most as a kid on that on demand. Like because I loved them to death. I Danny California is literally the Chili Peppers doing what they know they can do well and on all cylinders, doing it really, really effectively. Like one of my favorite things is that they may be singing lots of words, but they're not overdoing it.
Mm.
And when it comes to I do think the chorus could be a little bit stronger, but I think that that's made up, like that's made up for by the guitar solo.
The end
The,
one.
the end one
The one in
is
the
phenomenal.
middle is okay, but the one at the end, like I re-listened to it, it's not like super insane, but like using the wah pedal definitely adds another like dimension to this solo. And
Also, not only did they use the wah pedal, they also plugged a talk box into their setup. And so you
so
can hear the
double wah.
that's actually that's one thing that really I never was able to figure out as a kid. It was like, how did they make the guitar scream? Like that just always captivated me, little Jeremy. It always just made me like I just
Definitely the
couldn't
best
believe it.
Chili Peppers guitar solo, the best Chili Peppers song, the best Chili Peppers music video.
Oh
It's won the
yes,
Triple
very
Crown
sure.
Award.
It was fantastic. It's very fantastic. This is the only Chili Pepper song without even looking at the lyrics. I could do the entire thing. Like, I'm not going to because I feel like that would be a little much, but I can. I can sing the entire thing to this song because it's so memorable and it's just so well done.
Mm.
Like,
Also, before we move on to the next song, is it just me or does this song kind of remind you of Last Dance with Mary Jane by Tom Petty?
I'm sorry, Garrett, but that there's no connection there for me. The but I do love that song too. That's a really good
I'm
song.
just talking about like the guitar, the boom 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 boom
Well,
boom.
I suppose the guitar is similar, but then also that the harmonica part, the in Last Chance for Mary Jane, it's kind of like the middle guitar solo right before they go to the glam rock in the music video. But those are the only connections I can
Uh,
really think of.
anyway, this song had me going.
Oh yeah, yeah, it does. It really does. Sad thing is, I just don't hear it on the radio that often. I
Uh,
don't like they don't play it that much anymore. If they do play Red Hot Chili Peppers, this is definitely never their go-to, which is a shame because it was a behemoth of a song. They
mm.
definitely need to play it again. Maybe it's because it's so long, but surely there's a radio edit. I mean, I know that,
Bohemian Rhapsody is 6 minutes long, and I hear that on the radio all the time. So they
yeah,
definitely can afford to play it on the radio.
I know, but they just don't, which is very sad. I love this song to death. It's fantastic. Oh, by the way, there was a
Oh, we got
period of time
10
when I was very
minutes.
little. Oh, yes. There's a period of time when I was very little where I thought that in the music video, when he's like wearing the glam outfit with the top hat and
Yes.
everything? Well, I thought that was the Chili Peppers' normal look. Yeah, no, it's definitely not. But I thought that was their normal look for the longest time because I was just dumb. But
Anyway, we
yeah.
got 10 minutes. We need to go ahead and get these
Okay,
last
let's
two and
speed
then
this up. Okay.
okay. Second to last is Give It Away, Give It Away, Give It Away, Give It Away, yeah. This is one of the
Oh,
only rock songs I've ever heard that implements a jaw harp.
yes, it's odd. It's really odd. I think my favorite bit is the reversed instruments.
Yes. The
Um,
guitar solo is definitely reversed.
the guitar solo is probably one of the best things about this song, but also
Yeah.
the percussion is really strong in
And
this
Flea's
song.
bass line on this one too.
Oh, very true. Also, I love the boom boom are like they somehow managed to, oh, I know what it is. They combine a major sixth with a tritone in the guitar part. And so those two intervals happen at the same time. And so even though the major sixth happens and you feel like it should be okay, that tritone gives off this sick kind of feeling. And that's the at the very beginning, the boom ba da boom boom. Boom, I,
Mm.
I love it. Um,
Lyrically, this is probably the Chili Peppers that they're spitting out, like spitting out lyricist. I don't know how to say that.
yeah, no, that makes sense. The most verbal vomit that they've ever
Yeah,
done. Oh
like
yeah.
he's just had an idea of what he's gonna sing, and he's just spitting stuff out and having fun with it.
Oh yeah. Have you seen the Red Hot Chili Peppers parody by Weird Al?
No,
Oh, I'll show it to you after this. It's fantastic, and one of the songs he parodies is this one.
uh,
Anyway,
all right. Our last song on the playlist is Dark Necessities. I like this song. This one has some of the most poetic lyrics to it, but musically, maybe not as strong as some of the other songs on here.
yeah, I felt it was necessary to include one of their later songs.
Mm.
This was from 2016.
Okay.
Most of their stuff is from a lot earlier, but I do have a soft spot for this song, mainly because of the lyrics and because I feel as though it shows how the Chili Peppers have changed. It doesn't, it's not maybe the strongest example of their modern music, but it surely is the one that encompasses how their sound has changed
Yeah.
without Frusciante. This was one of their songs when right before Frusciante passed away. And so you can tell where the band was headed. It's starting to, the band itself is regaining its original sound with
Mm,
Frusciante coming back. I don't know why he left the band. I'm sure that it's out there for everyone to read, but I just don't know. Um, as for this, the words are really what hold this song together. I love it. I also love Anthony's voice in this one. He's always on top of it.
mm. All right. Now let's gonna get to my favorite songs on the playlist and overall
Mhm.
opinion of the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Okay.
My favorite songs in no particular order other than my favorite two. Under the Bridge, um, Other Side, and my two favorites are Snow, and my absolute favorite is Danny California.
Awesome.
And
I,
my overall opinion of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, I kind of prefer listening to them like this, just kind of picking out their best songs because I've listened to a few of their albums, but when they're good, they're really good.
mm-hmm. For me, my favorite songs from what I picked out, which is really hard considering I picked all these out because they were my favorite songs, um, are Danny California, By the Way, Other Side, and Scar Tissue. I really enjoy all those songs a heck of a lot.
Mm,
And I agree with you. I think the Peppers are fantastic. Really sad story. My family for a while was a family unit of five. My mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, and I. Now, one day they sat me down when I was like a teenager and they said, Jeremy, we've gotten tickets to the Red Hot Chili Peppers. However,
oh no.
we only got four tickets. And so they asked me to stay home. And so um because they wanted my dad to drive because of my mom's back issues and stuff. Or not back issues, but like issues with her knees and stuff. And so I didn't get to go to the Red Hot Chili Pepper concert, which made me so sad. I've been able to make peace with it, but I bring it up every time that I want to make my mother upset just for no reason.
It's
Like,
gotta be upsetting. They're one of your favorite bands.
yeah, but it was okay because I know that I'm going to be able to see them again, and maybe now I could see them with Frusciante in the band, which
Okay,
is
that'll be cool.
which might be cool. Like, if they're gonna come to Texas because
Just be
they're an
careful
American.
because some of these ticket prices are.
They're very high. Yeah, yeah, and I'll make sure that I weigh my options. But if not, I always have the recordings, and I know it's two
Mm.
different things, but at the same time, but yeah.
All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed our discussion about the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, dokie. Bye bye, guys.